time for Two Useless Organisms with your hosts, Bogart and Crenshaw.
Welcome to Two Useless Organisms, a show where two useless organisms discuss a variety of topics as it pertains to their incredible existence. Today's show, we're going to be discussing our favorite cheap food and our morning routines. Keep in mind that Two Useless Organisms is not safe for work, so if you're at work, probably not a good idea to listen to our show, especially if other people are around. If you have kids, if you want them to, if they're cool kids, you know what, let your kids listen to it and then regret it and then complain to us. Tristan, how you doing? Tristan's the other voice. I'm Tommy. What's good, my dude?
Hey, what's going on, my lad? I'm just chilling here watching the jellyfish on your TV screen behind you.
Hell yeah, the nice jellyfish on my screen, you know. Decided to class up my room with an aquarium because why not?
All right. Hey, that's cool. We're back. It's
Yeah.
February of 2022. Hot dog.
Hot.
Where does the time go?
It's so weird. We've been in a pandemic for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just about. And that's fucking weird.
It is weird. You know what else is? We're coming up on 2 years.
What?
Coming up on 2 years of having a podcast together, Tommy. April will be 2
We've been
years.
doing this shit for 2 fucking years.
Yep. And we just hit 25 episodes. It took 2 years to do 25 episodes, which I guess
took 2 years. So what is that, like an episode a month or
pretty
something?
Much. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And
Wow.
It's funny because when we started, we recorded every week.
Yeah.
And now we do it
that
like
is true.
Once a month.
We're like, let's do a weekly thing. And then we are like, oh wait, we are way too fucking busy for that.
Yeah.
especially when we finally went back to work. You know, it made sense weekly when, you know, we didn't have jobs because of COVID, and now COVID is worse, but we have jobs. So
yeah.
Because I guess that's how it works. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess it is.
I think the virus itself doesn't seem as deadly anymore, at least for those who are vaccinated. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, but
let's lose the anti-vax right now. If for some reason you're refusing to get it, like, you know, and I'm not talking about people whose doctor said that you shouldn't get it for any health reasons. Like, you're one of the people, it's my choice, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Like, you are literally a dumb fucking piece of trash.
Yeah. Think about someone other than yourself, please.
Yeah. It's not like, I don't even think they're like even being like, I mean, they do need to think about themselves, but they're also just being fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like, we had, like, this virus literally ruined life as we know. It's like, hey guys, so you know that thing that fucked up our lives, so we now have a really good thing that can, like, reduce the symptoms and possibly get rid of it. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
But like, well, Biden's a fucking communist. It's like, dude, what the chill? Like,
and that's what it is.
We're trying not to get sick. Like,
only politics can change something like that. I mean, everyone gets a flu shot, right?
Yeah, like, literally vaccines have been around forever. Like, they have always been around. They've been required to go to school. Like, I need to get my flu shots to go to elementary school. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know what happened. It's dumb. Anyways, we're gonna cut that one off. And unless do you have anything else we need to add before jumping into topic numero uno?
I don't think so, man. Let's say 25 episodes though. That's notable. That's pretty cool.
25
episodes.
Quarter of a century.
I wonder. I can actually tell you how many downloads we've gotten.
Cool. You got the paper. You printed it out.
Yeah, we got. If you include our YouTube views, we're at over 1,500.
1,500. Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, it's not good by most standards, but you know.
You know, we still have our buddy in France. Shout out to you, homie.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sticking around.
Oh, Pierre Jacques, he's great.
Is that his name?
I don't know. Probably. No, cool. Let's top into this first topic here. This one's yours, Tommy, and I love it.
So this topic, it was actually like something that my coworkers were discussing. It is cheap food, and we're talking about like fast food that you go out to buy. We're talking about like cheap grocery store food, your favorite cheap grocery store food, such as Daddy Chef Boyardee would fall into this category. Um, that's just a quick example I can think of because that's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I like to have Chef Boyardee in the pantry, but that's usually that's usually like a backup of a backup of a backup type of thing. Or you got your Campbell's chicken noodle soup, which honestly is kind of garbage, but kind of comes in handy if you're sick, I guess. Tristan, I know before we started this episode, you said you had a lot you had a lot right away.
All the food I buy is cheap grocery store food
Fantastic.
or fast food.
Mhm.
But
But
my
we'll
my
save
number
fast
one.
food too for another week.
Yes. Oh, and we can too. We can.
Yeah.
My number one go-to is ramen. And I'll tell you, it's not just ramen. Ramen with an egg in it or two.
Okay.
Allison, my girlfriend, showed me that. Actually, when I had COVID back in what is it, 1992? I don't know, whatever it was. She would deliver it to my door. Ramen with an egg cooked in it, really, really good.
Yeah.
Other than that, Kraft mac and cheese.
Yes,
I
I
still
love
eat
Kraft mac and cheese.
I still eat the shapes, the SpongeBob or the
Oh
frozen
yeah,
shapes.
I feel like it's always Frozen 2 that I get. The Frozen
Yeah.
2 Kraft slaps. I also
Mhm.
like the spiral Kraft mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like shapes just taste good.
Cheetos has mac and cheese now, and I've been eating that. The Flamin' Hot Cheetos mac and cheese is actually very hot. Like,
Okay, so I won't have that one, but the
no.
other one, I'm very curious. I didn't know that Cheetos had mac and cheese, and now I need to.
Yeah, I would.
Doritos needs mac and cheese.
That'd be nice. Uh-oh, your background's not
Oh yeah, so the aquarium
starfish.
I'm playing on YouTube decided to go to a Velocicoaster ad, and it's so weird because I get this Velocicoaster. It's a 2-minute ad that you can skip after 5 seconds. Sometimes I just leave it up, but I don't know why YouTube is advertising Velocicoaster to me all the time, as if I
Mhm.
don't go to Islands of Adventure several times a month to ride it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm gonna skip that ad, go back to the aquarium. Um,
They're probably telling you
anyways.
to give a shout out to our show. Please remain seated.
That's right. Yeah, we have a theme park podcast. Speaking of roller coasters, please remain seated. That one is safe for work, and we talk about all things related to theme parks. We got some theme park and ride reviews. Our next episode, I should be reviewing SeaWorld Orlando's newest coaster, Icebreaker. I believe I have a pass holder preview on Thursday. I actually need to double check that. But we also just have other fun theme park discussions on that one. But
Yeah.
anyways, Doritos, where is your mac and cheese?
Yes.
You have the Locos Tacos at Taco Bell, which that's going to be a topic for another day, but we need grocery thing.
It can work because the Doritos tacos, I want to say the taco shells for those are sold at Walmart.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, or I saw something like them there or something. But yeah, no, Doritos mac and cheese needs to happen.
Now you mentioned putting eggs in your ramen.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever do anything to your Kraft mac and cheese?
I put Frank's buffalo sauce on it.
Nice.
That makes it pretty. I don't do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to add the little bit of flavor to it. You put too much, it gets too spicy and you
Yeah.
can't taste anything.
For sure.
In my opinion. Now, my buffalo girlfriend does not agree with that. You just dump it on it.
She likes a bunch of spice.
You just pour it on it, and
She just wants to burn her fucking mouth.
Yeah, well, those. Yeah, I can't. I can't do that. I just want a little bit of flavor. So I do that. But that's about it. I add butter and milk, but I think everybody adds a little bit of butter and milk, right? Or is that just me?
Yeah, that's like required for it.
Yeah.
I feel like I will usually add more cheese. Like I always have some kind of deli cheese or block of cheddar cheese that I'll just shred extra into it. I remember one time I had like sauteed like some bell peppers and onions, and I threw that into the mac and cheese, slapped. And then I haven't done the nice hot dogs and mac and cheese before. Like it's been a while since I've done that. You ever do hot dogs with mac and cheese? You've never done that?
No.
You have never cut up hot dogs and put it in your mac and cheese?
No, dude. Is that normal?
I mean, I think it's a thing. I feel like you would have been someone that would have done that.
It sounds like something I'd love, but I've never heard of it.
All right. Well, you're welcome then.
Oh,
Happy to enlighten you.
shoot. Yeah, I'll try that.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's. I mean, cheap grocery store food. That's really all I
Are we
ever
gonna count
buy
frozen
now.
food? Because I feel like the Kraft mac and cheese and ramen, that's like cheaper than frozen food.
Mm-hmm.
But I really love getting me some frozen garbage. Like I love having pizza rolls or frozen Dino Nuggies.
Mm,
I just got some bagel bites. That's gonna be my dinner tonight. And taquitos.
dang.
Those are some frozen foods.
Yeah, I
I
get
like
I
to
get
have
wings, frozen wings, but those are you can't really find those right now. There's like a wing
boneless wings or
shortage.
regular
Regular,
wings. Regular
regular.
wing.
The
See,
Tyson anytizers.
okay.
Yeah.
See, I always get the boneless ones. I do like like just in general. Wings are good, but they're too tedious to eat for me. It's
Okay.
like I don't like getting messy.
Yeah, it's an experience. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if you want good chicken, you should get boneless. But if you want the
Yeah.
experience of getting messy,
I don't want an experience. I just want to fucking eat food and not have to wash my hands 5 times.
okay, good point. Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely have to do that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if this counts, but because this is actually you'd be proud of me, Tommy. This is a meal that I make. This is
Okay.
a meal. I'm about to explain a meal. I get chicken tenders,
Ooh.
um, provolone cheese, and bread, and I put the chicken tenders in the air fryer. Then I cut them up, chop them, toss them in buffalo sauce, toast the bread in the oven, set the provolone cheese on that. 3 pieces of provolone cheese, one on each piece of bread, and then I put half the chicken on one piece of bread and put the third piece of cheese on top of that. Put the rest of the chicken on buffalo chicken sandwich. Still pretty cheap. You can get like 4 or 5 sandwiches out of
Just
a
chicken,
bag.
cheese, and bread. I am so fucking horny right now.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Literally. Honestly, anything with bread and cheese. Like,
Mhm.
you can't fuck up anything if it involves bread or cheese.
Yeah, yeah. Tommy, I want to say this. I've had a few of your meals that you've graciously
Hmm.
cooked, and there's so much good cheese on every single one of them. You're a
Yeah.
cheeseaholic.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you have a favorite cheese, Tristan?
Um, that's a good question. Uh, generally provolone, but that's if it's
Provolone.
getting
Provolone's a
put
good
on
cheese.
something. I can eat. I like blue cheese crumbles too. If that's on a
Yes.
buffalo, I put that
Mhm.
on buffalo chicken sandwich too. But that's not cheap.
Yeah,
That costs extra.
exactly. And like
Um,
if I'm getting wings, definitely blue cheese over ranch.
hmm hmm I don't like the blue cheese sauce though. I think that's gross. I only
Oh,
like the
really?
crumbles. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm weird. I'm weird like that. I don't know.
Interesting.
But shoot, yeah. So that's. I mean, that's all I eat, Tommy. So when you said that, I was like, I can have a million things, but I'll just keep it at that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Good
that.
stuff.
I I never got into ramen. Like I don't know
Mm,
why. It just like I know that's like the quintessential cheap food that, every broke ass college student or even just broke ass person has gone through. So I feel like I should have gotten into ramen at some point, but I feel like in my head I'm just like I feel like I'm just eating sodium, but I feel like the shit that I eat, like the frozen shit, is also probably not nearly is probably just as bad.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but I know there's a lot of different things that people do with ramen. Like you mentioned eggs, but like I also know people have just thrown in other vegetables and stuff to like make it like actually good. So I feel like I want to get into that.
If you want to kill yourself with sodium,
Hmm.
get the soy sauce flavored ramen and put
Oh
extra
god.
soy sauce in it.
See, like literally, I have diabetes just from hearing that sentence.
I do it. I've done it.
Like I want like you just gave me diarrhea just by saying those words. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Oh, and then here's the other thing. I put a little bit. Everything I like has spice in it, and I know you're not a spice fan
Yeah,
necessarily.
it's
A
like
little
so
bit.
I don't hate spice. I can't do too much of it.
Hmm.
As long as it's like good flavor and it's like not gonna completely ruin my fucking mouth, I can do it.
Yeah. Well, I put sriracha in my ramen with the egg
Ooh,
and possibly soy sauce too. But
nice.
yeah. So I mean, heck, good stuff. Good stuff. Um, you got anything else to add on your cheap food?
You know, let's end it on a high note. I think that was a good discussion about our cheap food.
Cheap foods. Well,
Yeah. Do you guys have any favorite cheap foods? Let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to smash the bell icon and like, comment, subscribe. I just realized that you put these on YouTube and we never say like, comment, subscribe like every other YouTuber.
no one watches them. I think that each video gets like 4 or 5 views. So whatever.
Yes. Let's
So
go.
whatever.
Probably because we're not telling people to like, comment, and subscribe.
That's what it is. But I've never done that. I watch a
Gotta
million
feed-
YouTube videos a day, and I never do that for any of them.
Yeah, me neither. Honestly,
So.
it makes me not want to subscribe to them.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a genuine show, folks. If you don't
Yeah.
want to listen to us, don't. But if you do,
Yeah.
do. That's all I gotta
like
say.
everybody else, don't listen to us.
Yeah, honestly. The whole
Yeah.
fucking world. But we have to take a word from our sponsor. Two Useless Organisms is brought to you by The News. Breaking news! ISIS leader I'm Blue Dabadi Dabadai has been killed during a raid at his Syria hideout on Thursday. Reports state that he blew himself up as American forces entered, killing members of his family in the process. This is just another case where things would have gone much better had former and future President Donald Trump incited a riot at the Capitol about it. Back to you, useless organisms.
I'm about to sound very ignorant, but I didn't even know that ISIS still existed.
Yeah, it's so 2016, right?
Yeah, like did was, am I right? Something.
That's
Okay,
funny.
I want to kill myself. What's your topic?
My topic
morning,
is
we introduced it earlier. Morning
yeah,
routines.
we did. We already said it, so I don't know why the fuck you're asking. It's morning routines, okay?
All right.
Morning routines. So you want me to start, Tommy? You want me to start? Okay, I'll start.
I want to hear your beautiful voice talk about what you do in the morning.
We already did my bathroom routine, so you have to go back and listen to one of our 2020 episodes for my bathroom
That was
routine.
probably my favorite Three Guys Without the Wise episode.
I think we had Chris, Eric's friend Chris on, and we talked about his butthole soap.
Yeah.
And stuff. Anyway, you'll have to go back and listen to that. Special guest Chris Hemrick. His mom's hot. But all right, so here's my list of things here. I wake up to my alarm, I get out of bed, stretch, remove the sock from my mouth because excessive salivation is just the fucking worst. I put 2 pairs of underwear on. The innermost pair is worn every day, and I never wash it.
Why was there a sock in your mouth?
Huh? Oh, anyway, I was talking about so I put 2 pairs of underwear on, and the innermost one gets worn every single day. I never wash it. I put the rest of my clothes on, get my work stuff together, walk the dog, get my lunch packed for work, pick a random passage from the Satanic Bible and recite it from memory. Go down, get in my car, head to work, listen to a podcast or hum a note for as long as I can until my vision starts to get blurry. Park my car at work, and then finally, the last thing I do in my morning before work is I pet the dead frog that's been in the grill of my Jeep for a few months and tell it everything's going to be okay.
Did you say that there was a dead pet frog?
I said that I sing a song on my way to work.
You sing a song.
What's your routine?
What's my routine? Well, my routine starts by so I set about 1,200 alarms on my phone, and I snooze all of them. So then, because I do that, every minute I hear a new alarm, and instead of canceling the alarms, I just keep hitting snooze. That way, it keeps me on my toes as I'm trying to get ready for work. But it's really just constant noise as I'm trying to change and get ready for my day.
Your alarms just keep going off?
Yes.
Even after you're up?
Yep.
To keep yourself on your toes?
Yes. So in case I forget that I have to leave for work, I have a few alarms reminding me, hey, you make sure you're out of the door already. But because I'm always tired and in pain, it takes me forever. And because I don't cancel the alarms, they just keep going off.
Uh-huh. Do
Yes.
you think that destroys your productivity?
I don't think it does, because it's letting me know that I should go to work.
Okay, you don't silence the alarms?
Nope, I hit
every
snooze.
60 seconds? Yeah, you hit snooze. So you stop what you're doing and you hit snooze, and you
And then 9 minutes later it goes off again, but since I had 12 other alarms, it just keeps happening.
Does it take you an hour and a half to get ready for work?
Yep.
Oh, it takes me probably 5 minutes. So
see, I just am very slow in the morning.
Uh-huh.
It takes me too long to just get my life together.
Yeah. I didn't include the part where I piss out all the soy sauce I ate the day before.
Okay.
So that takes about 5 minutes, but okay.
Okay, yeah, because that would go into where I usually take the jar of it and drink it before I go to work.
Uh-huh. You drink your soy sauce before work? I do mine before
No, I
bed.
drink the soy sauce that you pissed out.
Oh. I'm glad you've been getting my packages with that though. The mail service hasn't been very reliable lately, so I'm glad you can still get my soy piss.
Yeah, no.
That's good. Okay.
Yes.
So you basically all you told me is that you have a bunch of alarms go off and you get dressed.
That's the routine.
Okay. Do you consume nourishment?
Sometimes, yes. Usually.
What?
So one of the reasons that I do have to wake up early is because I have this incredible medicine that I have to take 4 times a day on an empty stomach. Like literally the rules are 1 hour before you eat or 2 to 3 hours after. Very specific, and that's 4 times a day. So if I wake up at least an hour early, I can like take my medicine right when I wake up and then eat something on like before I go. Now, if I am not super lazy, I'll make a nice breakfast with an egg and a veggie patty. Like like a fake meat patty, because for whatever reason I really like those. Like I'm not even vegetarian, but I love fake meat for some reason. Very good stuff. But if I don't have time, I just deep throat a banana, and usually that's a part of my breakfast anyway, because like it just feels really good and they taste really good.
Yeah.
Like really just love like just shoving those down my mouth. Um, that's my food usually.
So you have a bunch of alarms go off, you get dressed,
Yep.
take your medicine, and then you might make a real meal and then you deep throat a banana.
Yep.
Okay. What about your drive to work? What's that like?
My drive to work. So I throw on whichever Spotify daily mix I'm feeling that
Mhm.
day. The mixes change every day. And I usually go off of a song that I really like. And recently I've been vibing with like a very particular like late 90s, early 2000s genre of rock. Like that song Big Yellow Taxi by Counting Crows?
No.
It's like I don't even know how to, or like kind of like Sugar Ray, that
I think
artist.
MTV Cribs is on your TV in the background.
It is on. What is going on my TV?
Oh.
That is a 13. It's a 14-minute ad.
What's it for?
I don't know. What is? No, we're not getting sponsored by them. So fuck it. I'm going back to the aquarium. They're not paying us, but that ISIS ad or whatever is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why is ISIS paying us?
Oh, they're not paying us. The news is paying us.
The news is paying. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
about ISIS.
The news.
Yeah.
Like not even a particular network, just the entire news.
Mm-hmm. All of it. Next. All right. So, is that you throw on your daily mix? And you like a 90s
I missed
song.
a very crucial part of my morning routine.
Uh-huh.
I got this incredible electric tea kettle for Christmas that like boils my water in like maybe 2 minutes. And I usually will mix green tea with either my lemon ginger tea or my lavender camille tea. And so it's like green tea with one of those, and I throw in some honey and agave nectar as natural sweeteners that taste really good. So
Dang, that's fancy stuff.
yeah, I throw it in my nice Tervis that has a cute little cat on it.
We love a
And
Tervis.
yeah, yes.
We love a Tervis.
Although my Tervises are all the way over there, so I can't reach.
Dude, I got a solid
have
Tervis
is
collection.
my Pog screwdriver that I'm almost done with.
Oh, dang. Wow. Before we started recording, Tommy was telling me that that's a dangerous drink. That was, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. It doesn't matter.
This is a small glass anyway.
Yeah, it's a small, probably normal size glass, but all right. So that's
This
a good.
would have been $15 to $20 at a Disney resort.
That's true. That's true. And you made it at your house.
Yep.
So
for less than $20.
For less than $20. All right. So
speaking of things that are less than $20.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess that's my cue for the Yelp review. I don't really know why, but Yelp review.
Did a Yelp review.
That's right.
Yeah. Yelp
I actually,
review.
Tommy, I actually insert the Yelp review jingle later.
Yeah.
Yelp review. Yelp review.
All right. So this Yelp review is for Jameson.
Yeah.
Okay. This Yelp review is for Jameson Lancaster's preschool in Willard, Missouri.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Can you think of a worse state than Missouri?
Indiana, Idaho, Illinois.
I was thinking Mississippi, Alabama, maybe, but
I would agree that Mississippi is probably the worst, or Kentucky. Those two are probably the worst states ever.
Like, if they disappeared, the world would be a better place.
I was unfortunate enough to be broken down in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky once.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, bad stuff. Bad stuff. But all right, so here we go. This is the Yelp review for Jameson Lancaster's preschool. My wife and I recently moved to Willard, Missouri with our toddler and needed to find a preschool to enroll him in. Jameson Lancaster's preschool was the first one we saw as it was conveniently located between our house and the grocery store. It was just before the school year was about to start, so we called and left a message about getting a tour of the school. A few hours after the call, we got a call back, and a soft, faded voice simply said the word yes and hung up. The next day, we left the kid at a daycare and headed to the school. Everything looked fine from the outside. The school was perched up on a hill on the same property as a little house. We parked and walked up to the front door, where a square wooden sign said Jameson Lancaster's Preschool in plain all caps font. Not thinking anything of it, we knocked and waited, but no response. We knocked again to the same result, so we tested the doorknob and found it to be unlocked. We opened the door and announced ourselves, but no one seemed to be there. We didn't have another opportunity to reschedule this tour, so we decided to have a look around ourselves. The first thing we noticed was 4 life-size hamster wheels in the corner of the room and a treadmill with a half-eaten Crunch bar hanging on a string in front of it. Next to the treadmill was a bookshelf with nothing but dictionaries and guides on how to escape a bear trap, and on the floor next to that was a vinyl copy of Taylor Swift's 1989 album with the words "Skin Everywhere" written in blood on the cover. Stunned in silence, my wife and I just looked at each other in utter confusion and continued through the school. We noticed a door to another room and went in to see what it was. This room was a classroom, but not an ordinary classroom. No windows in this room, and roller coaster style restraints at each desk. On the teacher's desk, we found a sock puppet with ratty string for hair and lips drawn on with lipstick, and a name tag that read Mr. Parasite. We decided to get out of there before we found ourselves trapped in a please remain seated at all times desk that some poor children must be confined to during the school year.
Nice play.
A nice play. I know. Unintentional shout out in this Yelp review that was written by a random person. Back in the main room, we noticed the floor is made up of different colored squares, which we originally assumed would be used for various games or lessons. But then we noticed the square in the center had hinges on one side and a padlock with pieces of hair stuck in the hinges. We heard a cough come from the square and made our way to the door as quickly as we could. Once we were outside, we headed towards the car when we heard the door to the school open. All we heard was a soft hello from behind us, and we slowly turned to see a blank-stared man wearing a gray sweater tucked into gray loafers, looking at us expressionless. We explained we were there for the tour, and the man moved out of the doorway as if to invite us in. Feeling like we had no other choice, we reluctantly went back into the school, although we certainly didn't feel like the tour was necessary at this point. "My name is Jameson Lancaster," the man said. "This is my preschool." We shook our heads uncomfortably, and the man started walking around the room. Heading first to the bookshelf, he said, "This is to keep the kids' minds sharp." He took us to the hamster wheels and
The
treadmills.
knives he's about to kill you with?
The knives?
Yes.
What the hell are you talking about knives? When did I say knives, Tommy? When did I say knives? I'm reading this word for word.
He's spooky.
This is to keep the kids' minds sharp. He took us next to the hamster wheels and treadmills. "Recess," is all he said. He led us into the classroom next, where he explained that he teaches the same lesson every day, with the help of his sock puppet friend. Mr. Parasite teaches a class about how the government will be stealing money out of their paychecks for the rest of their lives, and how they can correctly prepare their taxes each April. We thanked Jameson for his time, and said we'll give him a call if we decide to enroll our child. We drove down the driveway of the school, fully knowing that our child will not be going to this school. I turned back to take one last look, and saw Jameson standing in the doorway, his shirt now untucked, holding the bloody Taylor Swift album in his hand. That was the last I ever saw of Jameson Lancaster, but I'm sure many children weren't as lucky and suffered a much more unfortunate fate. Please, for the love of God, do not enroll your child in Jameson Lancaster's preschool. 0 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I wouldn't enroll my kids there either because he teaches the same lesson every day. They're not going to learn that much.
Yeah, you teaching a kid about taxes is fucking pointless. And all these people keep yelling. I see it on social media all the time. They need to teach more blah, blah, blah stuff in school and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Like, if you teach a fucking teenager taxes, they're not going to remember.
I mean, if you teach them more than just taxes, it might be kind of useful. I don't know.
What's more than taxes?
Oh, yeah.
How to make a Pog Juice screwdriver, Tommy?
Yeah.
How to host a fucking podcast that nobody listens to? Huh? How to talk
What's
about
that
roller
saying?
coasters for
The
30
things in life
minutes?
that are certain, death, taxes, and then is there another thing that's certain in life? Death, taxes, and
Being a slave to the employment system.
yeah. Oh man, did we went there? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we already alluded to that with me not watching the Super Bowl since 2018, but
Yeah, but that's going to get edited out.
okay.
But I'll leave this part in just to be confusing.
You know, I like that. It's like what's that movie, Inception?
That's
Or
right.
Memento? One of those.
That's right.
One of those Christopher Nolan movies.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Okay.
We should do a podcast in the style of a Christopher Nolan movie.
Okay. This podcast is over, Tommy.
You're over.
Yep. All right. So, hey, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching if you're on our YouTube version.
Bye. Two useless organisms. Two useless organisms. All right.
Alrighty. I gotta read this line for the fucking 10th time.
We keep the kids' minds sharp.